Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in this week to This Georgia Clay. So in this week's vlog, we are partnering with a company called Ublockout, and we're getting our basement together for all of the vibes, all of the things. But one thing that I was kind of hesitant with this basement of getting is because we have so many windows. So a lot of you guys can relate if you're home from work one day and say you want to watch TV or you want to just do anything. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a basement. It could be any part of your home that has a lot of windows and light. And the glare on the TV is just ruining the vibe. Well, Ublockout has a solution for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into this week's vlog. So like I was saying, this particular floor plan has some reservations because I knew that Matt wanted a movie space, a media space in our basement, and I wanted a lot of windows. So we went back and forth and we're like, well, I really want all the windows. Our last house, we had one window and one door, but we couldn't watch movies during that time because we tried to find solutions in terms of blacking out the space, but just nothing really came to fruition. We just always had to wait to a certain time. Well, Ublockout has finally put to rest those kind of rumors in terms of not being able to enjoy your space at a certain time of day. And so we have partnered with them for these particular shades that are 100% block out. They block out all light. So no matter what time it is, all the vibes can go on. So I can't wait to get into this vlog to show you guys exactly how you install them, how they look, and actually show you a review at the very end in terms of the amount of light that they really block out. So let's go ahead and get started.
Hey guys, we couldn't wait to share this with you guys. These are the ultimate blackout shades. They block 100% of light, guaranteed by Ublockout. They're made right here in the US in Dallas, Texas. And you can not only customize colors, but you can customize the frame around it to be either black or white, and you can pick the color of the shade as well. These were some of the best packaged products I've seen in a very long time. Everything was neatly packed, had all the instructions you needed, and came with a QR code that took you to their website to walk you through every single step of the process and made everything super clear. They went above and beyond to make sure that you can install this with no issues. Whether you're a DIYer or you've never touched a drill in your life, this will be super simple. And it also came with a charging cable as well, because you can just plug these up, charge them, and you don't have to worry. They also take it one step further by offering free consults and quotes to help you throughout the process to make sure that everything is measured exactly for your space, so that you won't have any issues and everything that you receive is exactly what you expected. So this is top-notch service here. Quick shout out to Karen on the customer support side. She was there to answer any questions we had and helped us with the exact measurements and making sure that everything was great and everything we got was perfectly aligned to our windows and our space. Assembly was super simple. Once I went over the instructions from the QR code, everything was pretty much good to go. Everything you need is in the box, like I said, and you are basically putting together the frame. You have your two sides, top and the bottom. Once you get that assembled, you can slide it into the window space. But here, I just wanted to show you real quick. Once you scan the QR code, this is basically what you're gonna see. It walks you through in full detail what everything is gonna look like. Tells you every single step, just so you don't miss everything. So when I say I'm impressed, I am impressed. These guys went above and beyond to make sure that you did not miss anything. They even included videos in the instructions so that you could see exactly what that part of the process is gonna look like. You only need a few basic tools to get started, like a screwdriver, a drill, maybe a step stool if your windows are a little bit high, and a second person to help you out is recommended. So let's go ahead and get started. So everything was super simple to put together. You're basically just making a big rectangle. So once you get your top, bottom, and two sides together, you're ready to go ahead and insert that into your window casing and then move on to the next step. It's totally up to you where you want to put the frame in the casing, how, like, if you want to push it all the way closer to the window or have it closer to the edge. Me, I try to get mine to where the motor was kind of flush with the frame of the window, which, you know, kind of put it right in the middle. But you can kind of put it where you want it, and they have these little adjustment screws that kind of hold it in place, and you can make any fine adjustments before you actually screw it into the frame. And you're supposed to check to make sure that the frame is level once you get it put in. You know me, I like to double and triple check just to make sure that everything is as nice as it can be, because once you install, it's really hard to go back. You don't want to redo your project. Alright, and we are good to go ahead and start screwing this in. Everything was perfectly level and fit perfectly within the frame. So thanks again to Ublockout for these super precise measurements. Went by without a hitch, but we got everything screwed in, and then it was time to go ahead and move on to putting the motor or the shade in, and then getting everything kind of sealed up and looking pretty again. All in all, I think each shade took me maybe 15-20 minutes to install once I got the hang of it. The first one took the longest because I didn't know what I was doing, of course, but the instructions were really good. Once I got the first one down, the rest of them just kind of got knocked out really quick. And once you have the shade in, then you're ready to go ahead and put your sides back on and your top. So I got everything charged up and ready to go. I just wanted to show you guys that it does come with a convenient port, like a little sliding door that you just move to the left, and you can plug up your USB cord right into it, that they do include in each shade. And this is what charges it up, so you can have it always ready to go. You don't have to, replace any AA's, AAA's, or anything crazy like that. Just plug it up, charge it, and it's ready to go for months. The Ublockout remote can control up to 15 shades, but to control them all at the same time, you just want to make sure it's set to 0, and that will control all of the shades that you pair to this remote. The only thing that can make this remote better is if it was backlit, but overall still a great device to have.
Now that Matt installed them, let's go ahead and put them to the test. I'm still here, guys, I promise. I swear this part never ceases to amaze me. I just can't believe how dark it gets. So one thing that, like I said, that I love about this is that you can watch movies, you can enjoy your space any time of the day. So it doesn't matter if it's early in the morning, it's midday, or it's in the evening where the sun is setting and it has that awful glare that's on your TV that a lot of us get. And then also you don't have to be worried about having a space that has windows either. Last time around, we didn't have any windows in our media space. We had one window, but we struggled with trying to find the right balance of actually getting some type of window treatment that actually blocked out all of the sun. And so we couldn't watch movies at certain times. We won't have this issue with Ublockout. So I absolutely love them. I definitely recommend them. We'll link the information in the description if you guys are interested in. Again, you don't have to be worried about having a space that's designated for your movie pleasure with having sunlight coming into that space. It's also perfect even if you don't have like a media space like this. Say if you're someone that works nights and you have to sleep during the day, I definitely would recommend them being in your bedroom. I can see how that would be great to be able to block out all of that sunlight so you can truly get the sleep that you deserve. Also, I wanted to touch on that they come in different colors as well. So you don't necessarily have to have the black enclosure here that we have. We just happen to get that because this room eventually will be painted black, but they do come in white as well. So again, might be a little bit less of aesthetically of a contrast with your walls if you were to get a white surround here. Another thing I wanted to point out as well is the back side of the blind is not black. So I wanted to make sure that's something that if you're looking, you know, if we have the windows down and people are on the back side of the house, that it doesn't look black from out there. So they are white shades, and then they'll match with any other shades that we plan on putting upstairs as well. So I do love that it has the two different color tones, but you're able to make different selections that fit your home on their website. So again, the information will be linked in the description, but thank you so much for Ublockout for partnering with us. I absolutely love them and we can't wait to keep putting them to the test. So one thing that I've never liked in any home that we've owned, and seems like we always have, a slider door. My love-hate relationship of a slider door is because there isn't a lot of window options that actually come in one uniform piece to be able to cover your slider. In our old home, our very first home, we had a slider door and we had a window treatment on it that was a Roman shade, but it had to be split in two to cover the slider door. If we can find a picture, Matt, we'll put one up for you. But I hated how that looked. It always had like a weird seam here and it just didn't look aesthetically pleasing. Well, Ublockout has come up with a design that fits that in terms of covering up your slider, which is really rare in that market, particularly for such a large window covering. And it makes it look aesthetically pleasing and it's seamless in terms of just one piece. So I really, really love that. They have renewed my faith in slider doors. In our old home, or the one previous to the one that we sold from here, I didn't have a window treatment because I was like, I'm not doing that again, because I knew from the past, I just didn't like how it looked. So now I can have a window treatment here and it just looks good and it's seamless with the rest of the windows.
Ublockout also offers a smart hub that you can link to their connector app and also link up to Alexa. So this came right out of the box, ready to use. All you have to do is plug it up into a USB block and give it power. And then you can go ahead and follow the instructions to get it linked up to the connector app. Once you do that, setup was pretty smooth. You just need to get it connected to Wi-Fi and it will take over from there, where you can pair each shade to the app and control it directly from the app, or you can take it a step further and connect it to Alexa. That's where I got caught up a little bit, but all I did was reach out to their chat support and they helped me get the correct skill to enable with Alexa, and I was able to get that connected. And now look at that, automated shades. All right, you guys, I finally got Alexa hooked up and ready to test. So we'll go ahead and test this out. Alexa, blackout. What more could you ask for? Now you don't even need a remote. I can already be on the couch. And then it's still hooked up to Alexa, right? I can say, Alexa, open media room. Okay. There we go. Is that good or what? All right, let's go ahead and finish this up.
So I wanted to share another area of the basement that I think that pairs perfectly with my new Ublockout shades. I wanted to create like a lounge area, just a real chill vibe, and I needed some space that adults can hang and spend time down there away from the kids, but also we can let the shades down and have it really nice and moody. So this definitely pairs well. I'll be sharing with more details regarding this space and where I got everything in a future vlog, but I definitely felt like once the shades were up, it was time to create all the fills. All right, guys, so let me know in the comments what you guys think of our new Ublockout shades. I absolutely adore them. I think that they're aesthetically pleasing as well, but also they do the job in terms of just blocking out the space or blocking out the light in the space, and then providing in our usage of the space a true media area. But like I said, you can use them in any part of your home. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a media space like this. If you are someone that works nights and needs to sleep during the day, I definitely recommend them because they block out every single thing. Or if it's just someone that you know that you don't want to necessarily have too much light, or you want to be able to control it the way that you want in your home, I definitely recommend them as well. And like I said, they do come in different colors. They don't necessarily have to be in the black. It just fits our aesthetic. We do plan on painting the walls a nice iron ore color by Sherwin-Williams. So hopefully that'll be next week. And then also we will be working on this part of the basement here, which is our gaming area. I am partnering with Pop Mason again for a particular round table here. So that's coming, but definitely this space is all said and done. I love the Ublockout shades. Like I said, they shine within this area, and I definitely love just the black surround and everything, but I really feel like once we put some paint on here, it definitely is going to make them pop even more. But I definitely will make sure to recap again next week just to share with you guys how they look once the space is all painted. But thank you so much for Ublockout for partnering with us in this particular vlog. I love them, and I hope you guys love them too. All right, guys, so make sure you like, subscribe, share it with a friend, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.